Hey honey badgers, have a pretty quick video for you today. I think it's going to be pretty quick because I only have really one thing to mention in this video. I just thought I'd make a video out of it for anybody who was interested. So any of you that saw, I think it was one of my more recent Amazon hauls, maybe like a month or so back, I hauled this one of the cowboy reading the letter with the shepherd dog and the horse and all that. For anyone that saw this and was interested, I came across what I consider a companion piece to it. So I thought I would show you that for those that like this type of theme. It's the same size, likely the same artist, I would guess. So they're both 50 by 40 landscape orientation, both in the same sort of cowboy theme, but I thought they kind of went together because, you know, this guy is reading a letter in this one, and I made the joke about, you know, maybe he's waiting for his lady friend, hearing from his lady friend, and then boom, a few weeks later I came across this one. Wasn't looking for it. It came up in a search. I was looking for something else and it was like, hey, maybe you'd like this image. And I was like, oh, that looks a lot like the other style I had. And there was one or two other ones I saw that I think might have been listed with this one, or if it wasn't listed with this one, it was down in the, if you like this one, you might like these kind of bar that tends to show up on Amazon. But it was in the same style. But the other two styles I saw weren't my thing quite as much, but I thought that these two kind of went together, storyline wise, kind of went together kind of nicely. So if you remember, this one was a lot of like browns and rusty reds, sort of dusty greens, and the pops of yellow for the sunflowers and a little bit of blue for the sky. So this is going to be the palette for this one. Again, a lot of those sort of dusty, rusty browns and reds, and there's a little bit more blue in this one. Some purpley pinks tones for the sky. Again, a little bit of pop of yellow, because it almost looks like he went and picked some of those flowers from the fence and brought them over here. So yeah, this is the color palette. Let me try to get the glare off of it. So yeah, again, sort of those muted sort of dusty greens and browns. There's that little bit of purple for the skyline there, and some blue for his jeans. Judging by that square on the back, I'm guessing those are Wranglers. Was it, I think, what was the brand they always wore when I lived in Texas? I can't remember now. Maybe y'all remember back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. They were really popular in Texas. I think the guys had a version, but they were mostly popular with women. I even wore them for a while, even though I'm technically from California. When I lived in Texas for a couple years, I started wearing them because the women's version made your ass look amazing. But they were sort of like they weren't really Wranglers. They fit a little bit tighter. But they almost mimicked like the 70s jeans that, you know, kind of sat up high and pulled your ass up. Though I don't know, I saw pictures of my mom wearing them, the 70s version, when I was a kid, and like came across these sort of Western style ones when I moved to Texas, and I was a teenager at the time. And I remember buying my first pair and being like, oh my god, my ass is amazing. Side story there, but that's kind of what that reminded me of. But yeah, that's the blue that's going to be in the jeans, and probably the sky there. Maybe that lighter green is maybe for her shirt, maybe his shirt. With the yellows for the flowers. I'm guessing some of that yellow is probably going to go down in here as well. So not an entirely boring color palette. It's not going to be all brown. There's some darker blues there. That's probably going to be in the shadowing of the mountains back there. I don't really see, I was trying to see, hold on, let me see if I can pop it off camera. It's weird. I can't really see like the red that might go in the horse. So I'm not sure what shade the horse is going to be. I'm sure it's in there. I just can't spot it right now. But yeah, it's 21 colors on this one. What was this one? Oh dang, that one was 40 colors. Huh, that's interesting. Same size, but double the colors on that one. So yeah, the one thing that worries me about this is just what's going to happen with her face. That could be kind of a mess. But everything else, I imagine, is going to come out pretty nice. It's not overly complicated, this design. So it shouldn't mess, I mean, there's not too many fine details outside of like where her face is. So it shouldn't mess it up too bad as far as like being a little bit on the smaller side, because I noticed the same thing with this one as with this one. The canvases are, you can see, both marked 50 by 40, but the drill size looks way smaller. So I'm guessing the drill size is closer to 35 by 45. So just something to keep in mind. But if these are something you're into as far as theme or color palette or whatever, if you like more country style themes and you're a little bit burnt out on doing chapels and barns and stuff, this might be an option for you. I'm pretty sure these are still, I know they're running a little bit low in stock as far as what I've seen recently on Amazon, but I'm pretty sure as far as right now, there's still a few of them left. So I'll list it down below for whatever is available. I'll just put the links down for where I got mine. And yeah, so I just thought I'd mention that real quick. Also, while I got you here, I thought I'd make just a quick announcement. Well, a couple announcements, I guess. First off, just wanted to say hey to all the new people who have stopped by recently and joined the Honey Badger group. Welcome. Good to see you. Also, I've had a couple people ask about seeing completions of larger diamond paintings, some of my larger canvases, because I have mentioned, and I've shown a few on the channel, that I do have larger canvases in my collection. I just haven't officially completed any of them yet. I've started some here and there, but they take time. I have been a little bit busy as far as, you know, I'm a little bit sporadic on posting on here lately, but I have been working behind the scenes as far as I've been a little bit busy bouncing around between different social media platforms I have for the whole Honey Badger thing. So I've been working on blog posts, and I put all of my completions, well, they're not all up on there yet, but I've started putting my completions over on their own dedicated page. It's HBH Art Life Online Gallery. I'll put it on the screen on Instagram, because I just figured, like, a lot of people were seeing my completions on my, it still is my personal Instagram page, and people were asking me more and more about completions. And I realized that, you know, there are some people on my personal page, as far as friends and family, who follow me, who honestly don't really give a damn about my diamond painting art life, which is fair. You know, people can like what they like and have their wrong opinions for thinking I'm silly for pursuing this. Just playing. People, like I said, people can like or not like what they want to like or not like. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know, with people that were potentially interested in having me do commissions or gifts or anything like that, and wanted to see some of my past work, I just figured it was easier just to separate everything. There are still a few of my old completion reels on my original page, but a lot of them I've just reshot and moved over to the online gallery page. So all of my completions are getting posted over there, but I've mentioned on this channel before, I do have a level of OCD, like actual OCD, not, my pens are off OCD, but like actual, I don't want people to be harmed because I can't complete this action OCD. And with any of you that have that as well, that your brain does this thing where, like, even if you try to not do something because, technically your brain is being silly, if you don't do it, your brain haunts you for not doing it until you do it the way it told you to do it, because that's the way OCD works. So because of that, I do have, ways to live with it, as far as like it's not obsessive to the point where like I can't control it and live halfway decently and stuff. It's just I have, I guess, what you'd call healthy coping mechanisms for it. But part of it is, and diamond painting has been part of the therapy for that, as far as like channeling that, calming down my mind and channeling that into something useful. But the other side of that is when I tried to make the gallery page, my OCD got triggered by the aesthetics of imagining what people were going to see when they were scrolling that. So my brain said it had to be ordered in a certain way. So because of the OCD, I have to do it in stages as far as like theme, because the theme of the canvases I have done, they range all over the place. So I've been trying to do it to where aesthetically it's more calming to the eye. So I've tried to make it so that, a lot of the beach themes are together, or the seasonal themes are together, or if I did multiple of the same type of cartoon character or something, like I tried to group those together, and I'm trying to make a flow that way so that when you're scrolling it, it's easier on your eye, whether your brain realizes it or not. I'm hoping it helps you guys to have a better scrolling experience. So it's taking me a little while to build that, and then also because my OCD, I'll see completions I did a while back and I'll be like, oh, this needs a companion piece before I can post it. So then I'll go and grab a different kit that kind of goes with it so that I can post those, but then that means I have to do the kit. So I'm making a little bit of extra work for myself. So long story short, I am getting to the longer or bigger canvases like people wanted to see. I just have a few of the smaller pieces that I have to work through for the sake of posting on the online gallery page so that it makes sense. And then I'll start jumping into some of the more bigger pieces. And I think I mentioned in a video before, it's a little bit hard for me to have like a really decent workspace right now to do that, but I just feel like I'm just gonna try to jump into it and figure it out anyway. So yeah, that's what's been going on with everything behind the scenes with the channel. So if the postings get a little bit sporadic, that's because I'm probably doing stuff elsewhere, either on the blog or on the Instagram online gallery page, and then I'm trying to bring it back over here. So for those of you that aren't on Instagram but you're curious to see the reels, I'm going to be moving most of them over here as well, the ones that transfer all right. So yeah, I'm trying to get a platform that will, make everybody happy one way or another, wherever you tend to spend most of your time. So yeah, that's what's going on. So yeah, just thought I would share this and update you on that, and we will talk soon. Bye guys.